Arefa Rose, affectionately known as Nurse Rose. She is a powerhouse mom of 6, a board-certified psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and the visionary founder behind the Rose Yard. With over 20 years of experience in healthcare, Nurse Rose combines clinical expertise with faith, purpose, and entrepreneurship. From launching her own virtual mental health practice to opening an IV med spa and coaching fellow nurses to build 6-figure businesses, she is proof that faith and fortitude can rewrite any story. A first-generation American with maternal roots in St. Lucia and paternal roots in Jamaica, Nurse Rose is deeply committed to empowering women, preventing suicide, and helping others walk boldly in their purpose. Today, she's here, virtually, to share how she balances motherhood, business, and unwavering faith. So get ready to be inspired by a woman who leads with grace, grit, and God. Round of applause, she's here virtually.
Good morning. Is it still morning there?
It is afternoon.
Okay, everyone, I see that you're very nice and relaxed, it looks like. I want you to stop that right away. Relaxing is important. However, what I want to tell you today is going to get you a little bit stirred up, and that's important too. I'm Nurse Rose, and I'm very thankful to be here with you all today. Now, typically, right, as mothers, we hear that mothers is the hand, they're the hand that rocks the cradle. Am I correct? Yes. Right? But what happens if that hand is tired, ashy, burnt out? Who then rocks the cradle? What happens to the cradle? I am a mom of 6. I had my first child at the age of 16, and I'm 40 now. So my oldest child is 23. I've been doing this just a little bit of a time. Actually, I'm considering having more children. Why do I say that? I say that because at every phase of motherhood, it's important to kind of be aware. Be aware that if you aren't taking care of yourself, then what happens to your children? What happens to your circle? What happens to your family? What happens to your job? Now, I want you to close your eye, everyone. Someone who's a mother, a father, someone's thinking about motherhood, close your eyes, please. Now, the question I have to ask you while you're closing your eyes, when do you plan to start taking care of yourself in this journey? Something could be going through your head right now. It could be, perhaps I'm going to start when they're born. When my children start elementary school, primary school. When my children are graduating. Or wait, so much to do. Maybe I'll start when they're married. Open your eyes now, please. I would like someone to give me a response. When do you plan to start taking care of yourself?
Right now.
Please. Right now. Anyone else? Before the question, when did you plan to start? It's quiet. Does that mean that no one planned to start taking care of themselves before today?
When we start going to primary school, she said. Primary school. When we start going.
What age is your child now?
He's 3.
So you're going to wait from 3 till primary school. How many years is that?
2. 2 years.
2 years. Oh, it's just a short time coming.
Yeah.
By then, you won't be tired at all. No exhaustion. How about your joy? The reality is, if there's not a system for our joy, for our care, for our relaxation, for taking care of ourselves, there will not be time. You think of the beginning stage of parenthood. We call that survival, right? You're not sure if the bottle has milk in it, the diaper has excrement in it, probably could be sure. But there's so many things going on. You're not even also sure if your relationship is 100% because you're worried about your children. Then you're not sure if your children are 100% because you're worried about your relationship. Then you're not sure if your job is okay because you're worried about your relationship or your children. Or other things will come up onto your plate and ask you to worry about them. Then comes the phase of structure, where you think you got the hang of it. Maybe your child is 4 or 5 now, getting ready to start school. Okay, I got some system happening. And then there's parent-teacher meetings, uniforms to prepare, meals for school, work. Don't forget your relationship, because you probably didn't have those children by yourself, unless you did in vitro. Then, is that the time to fit in taking care of yourself? Or what about when you say, I'm burnt out, I'm exhausted, is that the time then? Can you be riding that bike, going to work, putting face care on your skin care on yourself, taking a massage, and getting calls? Mom, where are you? Again, the reality is, if there's not a system for this, it's going to become accidental, traumatic, guilt-ridden. Because there's not a space for motherhood to be cared for themselves. There's not a space for moms to be selfish unless it's taken. There comes a time now when your children will not need you. At that point, you might be old and decrepit. Eye bags down to your cheeks, breast down to your legs, obesity, exhaustion. Oh, she's tired. Let's not ask her any questions. Everyone knows that person. Is that what you want to be? Today, I invite you to reclaim that word, selfish. Say it with me.
Selfish. I did that. Oh, yes. Thank you.
I would like to be selfish. I would like to be selfish. I am reclaiming my ability to be selfish. Because before you were a mother, you were someone. You still are someone. Yet if we forget who we are, then we are operating in life as shadows of ourselves, shells of ourselves. Does that mean we're the best at our job? No. A shell of yourself at work, you might get fired. A shell of yourself in your relationship, that's number one way to lose your relationship. A shell of yourself in childhood, oh, those are those children that may be a little bit neglected, looking a little bit dirty. Because if there's not a system to take care of yourself in motherhood, then we fall into it. We have the gift cards, or we have the care packages that we never cash in, we never use. We have that journal that we haven't opened yet, that book about self-care that we're planning on getting to, just when there's time. When we don't prioritize ourselves, we drop balls. And the ones that often fall the hardest our joy, our dreams, our sense of self, what we actually have for ourselves before we decided to give every single thing into our children, to pour them into our children. Remember, if there is an arrow, or a bow and arrow, if the bow exists without the arrows, what is the purpose of the bow? Is our jobs to have our children, to be with them and be with us forever? Is our children our own and not necessarily for the world? For their own upbringing or their own wealth? Who do our children belong to? When we have a bow and the arrows of our children, we bend them, we mold them, we shape them into who they are to become. But there's gonna come a point where you've shot out all of your arrows, and then what happens to the bow? A broken bow can't launch anything, not even purpose. So, what I would like to encourage you today is let's create some habits that contribute to our own systems of selfish mothers. It sounds bad, it sounds guilty. It sounds like, who is this lady coming here telling us to be selfish? Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's that mom who was burnt out, that mom who was a single mom, that mom who was not knowing who she was, that mom who existed simply to be a mother. That's not who I am. There was a day when all my children went to their specific locations, every single one of them. No one called me. I'm looking around like, wait a minute. Spent so much time feeding into others, pouring into others, that I forgot myself. And so today is the day that this is a system to stop that. Because if you are not whole, then neither will be your children, neither will be your work, neither will be anything that you care about. And that's an easy way to find yourself in a big rut. A rut where sometimes people will see you and start crossing the street because she looks messy. She looks like she doesn't care about herself. So why should I care about you? So how do we do that? How do we create a system of selfishness in motherhood? 3 different things that I would recommend. 1, make it obvious. Oh no, doors closed. This is my time. Boundaries to take care of yourself. Schedule it, put it on your calendar, put it on the fridge. Mother time. The reason? Once your children see that you're doing things, those that love you see that you're doing things to take care of yourself, that is the time that they will say, oh, she matters. She actually knows who she is. She's precious. She's amazing. So that leads to the next system. Make it quite attractive. So attractive that the next mom who sees you wants to be doing exactly what you're doing. Why? Because then that's how it grows. Because once you have encouragement from other people, seeing that you're actually taking the moment to take care of yourself, then it's meaningful. And meaningful, that's money. And money, that's wealth. And wealth is love. Self-love. Self-love that is attractive is something that has value. Next, make it satisfying for you. Involve others. I bet your children lean to you when they need help. I bet your partners lean to you when you need help. I bet your jobs ask you for help. Well, this is another system. Asking for help to take care of you. That's to make sure that everyone knows this selfishness is a group activity. Because if the mother is not okay, the systems that consist underneath the mother are also not okay. When you're not okay, who will pick you up? If you're the one who's picking up everyone. When you're not satisfied, what tends to happen? You might have a resentment in your mouth, sour taste under your tongue. Your food that you cook does not even taste that good. Now you're just eating to eat. Make it so satisfying that the next person wants to do it too. And then you have a community of individuals taking care of themselves. So, what do you think your children would do if they saw how nicely you treated yourself? What do you think they'd do? I have a question. What do you think your family will do if they see you pausing to say, oh, no, excuse you, do excuse you. This here is my safety and wellness zone. Please come back after the time. Put signs on your door if you need the quiet time. It has to be beautiful.
Ms. Rose, can I interject or after?
Please.
I remember something I saw as a new mom in my first year, and that changed my perspective on things so much. It was a message on Facebook. There was this lady, she was everything to everybody in her family. She neglected her friends, she neglected herself. She kept saying, no, my husband needs me, the kids need me. And she died. And after she passed away, her friend saw her husband and like, how are you coping? He's like, it's really good. I got someone to take care of the kids. I have been able to take time off work. We're traveling. So that really stuck with me because sometimes as mothers, as women, we feel we want to be everything to everybody else. If we pass away, they find ways around it. So self-care is very important.
Very true. Now again, if we do not take care of ourselves, we won't exist, and that is very important to state, and I'm glad that you brought that up.
Can I say something?
Please.
Yes. I had my grandson from 0 to 3 years. And I must say I'm a menopausal mother now. So I told my daughter, my girl, you will have to take your son.
She's here.
And my girl vexed with me, you know. I said, okay, my girl, you're not going to get vexed with me. It is time for me to take care of me because I took care of you. Now it's your turn to take care of yours. I didn't care if she was vexed with me. The other one said, Mommy, yes, give her her child. Yes, my girl, have your child. Hey.
Take her.
No,
Yeah, take her to bed.
that's the selfishness when you said about being selfish. Selfish.
Now remember, that's going to come back. You are modeling the example for your own daughter.
Yes.
She might think that this is what mothers do, consistently neglect themselves over and over and over and over and over and over again. Somewhere along the line, she learned the lesson.
Yes.
And when you
I was
have your
feeling
child,
guilty, you know.
first child,
I felt a little bit of guilt, but I said, no, guilt, put out guilt.
lean into the guilt. Because when you are acknowledging that you're guilty, that's the sign that you got comfortable abandoning yourself.
Yes.
Anytime you feel that guilt, that is the sign. You're real comfortable. Abandon yourself in the name of supporting others. But your children, our children, they're not ours.
No.
They're not ours. We take care of them for a time, and then they become their own individuals, their own beings. Your child is not your mini-me. They're the mini-selves. Your sons and your daughters, their lives, they belong to life themselves. Unless you should choose to have your child with you in your elderly age. For example, you're going to raise your child and keep them every single where you go until you turn 85. Who's going to do that?
Not me.
Who chooses to do that? It's funny, isn't it? It's very funny. Because that's ludicrous. Motherhood, parenting is sacred, but it's not meant to swallow you whole. You are still you. And the best gifts that we can give our children is a healed, whole, joyful, self-loving mother. Because in loving ourselves is exactly how our children learn to love themselves, unless we repeat and perpetuate the same cycle of abandoning ourselves in the name of service and support of others. If we're supporting others, then where's that support for us? I invite you to all take out a paper and pen. You have a paper and pen. I want you to write an affirmation to yourself today, a commitment to you. One line. What are you planning on doing to reclaim your selfishness for yourself? What are you going to do? One line. What do you plan to do to reclaim your own selfishness? Reclaim who it is you are before you became a mother. What system, one thing that you're going to start today and continue? No, I'm not asking you to go and put your children outside. You might want to sometimes, you might want to put them out, but that's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to tell your husband to go fly a kite. You might want to, but that is not what I'm asking you. I'm not telling you to tell your job, go away. I'm not telling you to say that. No. I'm saying to tell you you matter and still exist in every single thing that you're doing. But self, without self, we are nothing. So today, what do you plan to do to reclaim self? Because self is the first part of being selfish. I want someone to read theirs. I want two people to read them, please. Tell me what you're planning.
Saying no to requests when I need to.
Which request?
Somebody wanting my time. Somebody wanting my time when I would rather just spend a couple of hours with a book. And they know that I have nothing to do. And it's hard to say no, but I need to say no. Yeah.
There you go. So I can say no. It is also about changing the way that we speak with ourselves. I can say no. I can say no and not feel guilty. And this is a habit. It doesn't just occur. It's a moment of specified action where you are choosing you. You decide to choose you. Now, is this something that I say you do every single time someone asks you for help? Probably not, right? Because then you probably would be the person who doesn't get helped either. Yet, perhaps, let's say you get asked for help 5 times, let those 2 times be for you. Oh, I got asked for help. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6 times. These 2 times in the middle, they're mine. So I'm going to say no with glee. I'm going to say no so satisfactorily that they're going to know that I said no, because I'm going to be in my vision of luxury the moment I say no. Because I know that that's the time specifically where I am honoring myself. And I'm gonna let my children know I said no. I'm gonna let my job know I said no. And I'm gonna let the person know I apologize. Where I wanna help you, I cannot. I cannot. This is the time that I've elected and allotted for me. Sooner or later, it could grow to a place where you're not guilty. Because do you feel guilty when you're feeding your children? Buying them new clothes? Buying your partner a pair of shoes or doing something nice for your partner? Do you feel guilty during those times? Take that same energy and turn it in. I want to hear one more.
I have give myself a mommy time out.
I love that. I love that. I practice those times out very, very frequently. It gets to a point where sometimes my children would tell someone else, or you'll hear them at the door, shh, mommy's on a timeout. They know. Don't step here. This is the no step zone. I might not fire breath. I might not excrete my fire breath right now, but it's gonna come. Because if you don't take that time today, that's what's gonna happen tomorrow. You'll be so burnt out, so exhausted, so fed up